Hi friends, it's Donna with AK Gal Stamps, and I'm coming to you from my messy craft room. This video is going to play on Thursday, the 11th of December, and I'm making a card and a little gift caddy for you for Christmas. I have very little Christmas paper left. Yay, I don't have much, so I'm working with one that's not necessarily Christmas paper, but it is in the fall catalog, and it's the Peace on Earth set. So I'm going to get all that, and we are going to get started. So hopefully I'll have everything. We're going to do the card first, I think. I've used multiple products in this, so I'll be sharing to let you know if they're last chance or not. These are the in color dots, which are in the annual catalog. And I'm going to do a slimline card, okay? So my slimline card for this project. You need a base that is 6 by 6 1/4, scored at 3 on the 6-inch side. It's 6 1/4 long by 6 this way, and you score it at 3. And I've got a piece of white that is 2 7/8 by 6 1/8. I've got some designer series paper that is 2 5/8 by 5 7/8. I've got a piece of white inside, 2 3/4 by 6. In this suite of products, they also have glimmer paper, and I'm using the Secret C for one of the dies, and then white. And I also cut out one of the doves, and this is the ribbon. Let's see if I have that all out here. Look in my pile of stuff. So there it is, Peace on Earth. So this is interesting. The stamp set, if you just want the stamp set, it's on last chance for $17.10. The dies are for $21.60. The bundle, that's the last chance price. That total, if you got both of those separately, is $38.70, but the bundle price is still 20 cents cheaper at $38.50. The designer series paper is not reduced; it's at $12.50. The glitter paper is $10.50. If you just wanted, if you didn't want the bundle, the embossing folder that goes with this set is $9. The ribbon is $9. It's beautiful ribbon, by the way. The embossing folder, it actually embosses, and it'll die cut, if I can find it. It will die cut the, well, I don't know what I did with it. It has disappeared on me. Let's see, is it in this? Here it is. The Peaceful Greenery. This actually will, you can put your die in here and it'll cut that out if you want, but it's really pretty. But I'm not using that today. So, but I got the 2 dies. Let me open this up so you can see the dies. You got these 2 dies, some greenery, 2 doves, some like stars. I think these are like corner type dies. I'm not quite sure. I've never used them. And you got the twig right here that goes in the mouth, I guess, of the dove. So there is that set. This is the paper that I do not have much of. I have 1 solid piece and then pieces. And this has Secret Sea, Night of Navy, Misty Moonlight. There's some Lost Lagoon in here, maybe even some cloud cover. But it's pretty paper, but it's not, to me, necessarily Christmas paper. So that's why I used it for my little caddy, because it could be like a year-round kind of thing. So we are going to glue this white piece on that has just got an 1/8 of an inch border on it, using basic white. Put that on there. This is going to be a little bit longer video since I'm making a little caddy. So there's that. And this is going to go on next. This is a very simple card. Very simple. Just has some layers to it. And this paper is very pretty with all the blues. So let us do this. This. That looks good. And then we'll I'm going to stamp this. I can't pick it up. I am going to use Peace on Earth, which is in the stamp set. So right now, a lot of the product that's in the Fall Mini catalog is on reduced price. A lot of it. But if you do want the bundle, then you need to look at the prices and see if it is worth taking the last chance price or the bundle price. I haven't looked at everything, so that's why it's like, you probably need to check that out. I'm going to use a little bit of the blending brush and just put some color on this. That's good. And I'm going to glue this on that metallic. Glue definitely works better with glimmer paper. That's from my personal experience, at least with 3D projects. So that's going to go right here. Let's move this over just a little bit. Press that on. That is good. We're going to put a little bit on the wings of this dove. There's that. And I've got Stampin' Right markers. I am going to dot a little eye here. And we'll do a little color on the beak. This is Timid Tiger. And then the basic black. So I am going to use my dimensionals. Oh, I need to put some adhesive on this so that I can put the ribbon under it. I want to use this ribbon. It is so pretty. I'm just going to cross this like this. And I want to put that like that. So that can go like that. Yep, I'll trim that in a minute. I'm to the end of my dimensionals on this, so I use every little bit. Cut them in pieces. And let's see. There's that. Dump that out. Lots of little dimensionals, backings all over the place. So I'm going to put this like this. Don't want to press it down yet. I think it looks good. Okay, now I got to get my ribbon scissors out. I only use these for ribbon. Like that. And like that. That way they stay nice and sharp. So there is that, there's that. Now we need to put this guy on. So we will need another couple dimensionals for that. Like that. This card is coming together very easy. Oops. Huh. There we go. So we got that, and now this. And the envelopes for this you can get in the business office supplies section of pretty much any store. I don't know, this is maybe, the envelope is maybe 6.5 wide by maybe not even 4 high. And that will work for that. Now I'm going to put, just want some, I don't like, unless I'm doing just a white on white card, I don't generally, I like a little bit of color added. Okay, now I am using a different stamp set for the inside. And let me see if I can find it. It's this one. And you can't even get it now. I'm sorry. But it is gone. And it's seasonal tags. And it just is a stamp set. Very simple. So use a Merry Christmas. That's what I'm doing. Merry Christmas. So we'll do a Merry. I'm using Misty Moonlight cardstock and Misty Moonlight ink. Clean that off. And Christmas. And let's try and do that straight as best we can. So there's that. And they have like, they're little, I don't know if they're supposed to be little stars, what they are. But I'm going to put those on here. Just a little bit, just for a little bit of color. Clean that off. And that can go, I'm going to close this ink up so I don't get in trouble. I get into enough of that as it is. I believe this was 2 3/4 by 6, I think is what this is. I maybe could have cut it a little bit more, but that's fine. That is good like that. And then I'm using the in color dots. The embellishments that go with this are flowers, and I didn't want the flowers. I bet you the cloud cover could go on this too, but I love the Secret Sea. These are pearls, sharp, and they are in the regular catalog. But I love these. They have Darling Duckling, Tahitian Tide, Cloud Cover, Strawberry Slush, and Secret Sea. But love them. So there's that. And this is the envelope. This does, like I said, this measures 6.5 by 3.5. That's how big it is. And that fits right in there, just like that. So there's the card that we're going to use. Put that aside. And now for the caddy. Now I got this caddy idea from Kevin Thiessen. This is all his measurements. There's nothing that I've changed or updated, anything like that. I've just used my own paper, but this is my original one that I made a couple of years ago. Can't remember if it was an online retreat or if it was our BTC group that he did this on, but Kevin Thiessen, he's the one I got this from. Okay, now we need the rest of our stuff. So let us see. That's the stamp sets and stuff. Let's move that away. We don't need that yet. Okay. So we need a base that is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5.5. Now, if you want a handle on it, you don't have to have one. This doesn't have a handle, but if you wanted a handle, you're going to need to do a little bit of cutting. You would cut down maybe 1/4 inch at 3/4 on each end, 1/4 inch down, have this folded, and then cut it right along here so you can take out that piece. And yeah, then you would have, I have it glued on the inside if you can see them, the circle, but you don't need to do it. I'm not going to do it right now. Well, maybe I should do it. I don't know. I did do my circles. So maybe I will show you how to do it, because you don't have to do it though. This one does not have it at all. Okay. So I guess I'll get my paper trimmer out and we will give this a go. I recommend that you put your designer series paper on first though, actually. So I used, let's see, I got multiple things going on here. Let's show you all the paper. So we got that 4 1/4 by 11, score at 5 1/2. Then you're going to need and that's the wrong thing. You're going to need one piece that is 4 by 4 1/4, and on the 4-inch side you're going to score it 1/2 inch, at 2, and at 3 1/2. And this is what it's going to make. It's going to make like the stand for the center part of it. And you're not going to really see this because it's going to be on the inside. But that's what it's going to make. Okay? This one's 4 by 4 1/4. And I will put this on my website so that if you want to go to that, you'll be able to get all the information. You're going to need 2 pieces that are 4 by 6 1/4, and we will score those as well. It's very easy. It's half of an inch and 1 inch on 3 sides. Okay? Easy peasy. Now designer series paper. You need 2 pieces that are 4 by 5 1/4 that are going to go on both sides of this. Okay, so that's that. You're going to need, for your little pockets, you're going to need 2 pieces of designer series paper that are 2 3/4 by 4, and they're going on these pieces right here. They go right there. And then also you'll need 4 pieces that are 4 by 3/8 of an inch. You don't have to do this, but it does add a little bit of pizzazz, and this is going to go on that too. You need a piece that is 1 by 4 1/2 designer series paper, scored at 1/2 inch on each end. You're going to need that for the calendar. And I've got a notepad, and this size fits in the pocket. This is 3 by, I think 5. 3 by 5 notepad. And then I also got on Etsy, I got these little calendars that are tear off, and that's what this piece is for, the 1 by 4 1/2. It's just to make it so you could put another calendar in and just pull this one out and not tear everything up. This piece is 3 by 6. It is 3 by 6. It's scored at 5 and 5 3/8. That'll be for the notepad. So we will put all this away over here, and we will glue these on. I've got my circle already cut. Oh, but I should have cut it twice, shouldn't I? Yep, I should have cut it twice. I use the Stylish Shapes dies. And where are they? I highly, highly recommend, since there's free shipping yesterday, today, and tomorrow, these dies are $30. And these are just so useful. I use them a lot. So I highly recommend people get this. And if you bought this, then you'd have $45 more to spend on something else. So anyway, I am going to glue these and attach them to the front and back of this cardstock. Front, back. Let's see. And like that. Now remember, you do not have to do this. Do all the cutting and scoring if you don't want to put a handle on. But it's kind of nice. It is a nice option. Okay. There's one handle. I've got to do die cut 2 of these, so I will be right back. Okay, so I've got the other circles die cut out, because you're going to end up gluing these together, but not yet. So I'm going to put these back. But yeah, I love this set, and you can tell I use it. is definitely been used a lot. So we'll put that back. We're done with that. Now, the tricky part. Get the paper out, paper trimmer out. I love this paper trimmer, y'all, because it's got this side on it and you can just make some cuts very easily. So we need to line this. I'm lining this up at the 3/4 inch on the right side of my paper trimmer. And I just want to cut like 1/4 inch. The 1/4 is right there. Okay. And then I'm going to turn it over, and see, it didn't quite go through, but that's okay, because that's what scissors are for. I'm going to show you if you can see it, because it has the measurements on this side. That's why I love this paper trimmer. Okay. I am going to cut these with my snips to make sure that they've gone all the way through. If I can get it. It seems like it's almost all the way through. Not quite. Just trying to make sure. Let's see. Okay. This side was cut here, but didn't quite make it through. Probably wasn't pressing hard enough. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to take it, put it back on that 1/4, and we're going to cut from the 3/4 inch to the 3.5. You want to take that section out. 3/4 to 3.5. Did I cut it out? Almost. I'm going to put it on this side too. 1/4 inch. Three and a half. It takes a little more time, but it's really not too difficult. Okay, so see, now you've got that piece etched out. And you can make it bigger if you need to make it bigger. If you have dies that are bigger than that, or they're a lot smaller, it's okay. See, there you got. So I need to pull that out. There's that piece. Okay. Got that. Now we've got these handles. I got 2 of them to make it stronger, and I'm going to turn them opposite. I'm just going to glue the very top of this, because then when I put these in, they're going to be glued together, right? And I'm going to have glue at the opposite end down here at the bottom on both sides so that it'll attach to the bag or the caddy like that. Okay? That's my thought there. I think this is just a really neat gift. Bring that in, and I want to press these together. I only want it at the top because I want this to be able to spread. Okay? And what's going to happen is you're going to slide it through, okay? Like this. See, this has more room. I could have brought it a little bit further in, but that's okay. It's all right. I could have done the biggest, the very biggest, but I didn't. Okay, so I'm going to put some glue down here. And some glue down here. I hope I did that right. Did I do that right? Let's get some more glue this way. Okay. We're going to put that through here. I want to get it kind of even, and then I'm going to press. And hopefully I didn't get too much that it gushes out, but if it does, it's okay. See how they're stuck together? They're stuck, I mean, they're stuck on the inside panels, if you can see that. That's how that works. Easy peasy. Now this piece that was 4 by 4 1/4, and on the 4-inch side you did 1/2 inch, 2, and what was it? I've already forgot. 3 1/2. 1/2, 2, and 3 1/2. And you're making this piece. And that's that helps it stand up a little better because you've got the pockets on there. So I'm going to use tear and tape. On this, and I'm going to attach it to both sides. And I made, just so you know, I made the card the 3 by 6 because I wanted to fit in the pockets. Okay, so I'll pull one side off, and I'm going to try and match it to the bottom and sides, like that. And then I'll take this piece off and shut it. Like that, and then you've got the little stand. So, I mean, I just love this caddy. I'm sure glad that Kevin showed us. I've done, I think, every online retreat he's done, and he's got a winter retreat coming up. And I highly encourage you. This is his 30th year. Okay, now we've got our bigger pieces, the 4 by 6 1/4. 4 by 6 1/4, and we need to score those. These are going to be the little caddy holders. You need to score 3 sides except for one long side. So, and this is why I love this paper trimmer, because you got that, you can hold on to this and measure when you got short measurements. So 1/2 and 1, 1/2 and 1, and 1/2 and 1. And you do this on both pieces, okay? Okay, we're going to bone fold this. I already did the other piece, so I wouldn't take up too much of your time. So these are all 1/2 and 1 inch on 3 sides. You leave one long side because that's going to be the opening for your pocket. These all just keep everything into your pocket. These pockets are big enough to hold like a candy bar. You can do that. So this is kind of like a box, and it doesn't matter which direction your flap is folding, if it's folding in or folding up, it just has to attach to this. That just kind of keeps it together. Okay, so I'm cutting up to the second score line from the bottom long side, going through the first and the second score line. So you see what I'm doing there? This piece is gone. This first section is gone. Get my scissors in there. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's that. This first square gets cut off. You just want to leave this flap. And I'm going to miter a little bit there, and I'm going to miter a little bit there. Mitering just helps with the fold so it doesn't get too bulky. So there's that. And then this one, you're going the exact same way up to the second. I'm cutting in the second score line, going up the second score line. You've got like 4 squares, and you want to leave this inner square. That's the one you want to leave. So I'm cutting up to the second score line on that, and then I'm going to cut just this first 2. We're cutting those off. Come on. There's that. And then we're going to cut this one off, just the bottom box. Leave the top one, because that's going to be your flap that connects. And I'm going to miter this, give it a little bit of a wedge. And I'm going to I want to take the score line out is what I want, because you see how bulky that is? I want to cut that out. So I miter there. Take that one off. And miter there. So then you've got those 2 flaps left. You do that on both pieces, both of your 4x6-ish pieces. And then I'm going to put some Terran tape. Terran tape is really good liquid glue, but liquid glue takes a little bit to dry, so I'm using Terran tape. But I am going to use liquid glue also on this piece for my little flaps. I think I'm just about, yep, I am out. That is empty. So let's get the other one. Where's my other one? Well, I will use this brand new roll. How about that? Okay. And this. And Terran tape is not all alike. I want you to know that. From my experience, learned a lot of things through COVID, and not everything is equal. Okay, so they are all going to fold in like this, and this is going to glue on attached to this, so they're kind of connected. And I'm putting this on the inside, this long flap. I don't know if it really makes a whole lot of a difference, but that's what I chose to do. You just want to give as much adhesive connection as possible. I'm just putting a couple dots of glue on those flaps, and I'm going to press it down like that. You just have to have a flap to either attach to the bottom or to this, because these 2 pieces should be connected. It just gives it better reinforcement. And then this one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm bringing it in and pressing. I'm just pressing in on that flap. It's right in there, and I'm just pressing. Pressing, pressing, pressing. Okay? Then I'm going to take, let's see, I'm going to do this. Take this one off. I want to put, these are going to be underneath this one, I think. So they go like this. Let's press that in. And then this. Take this. And we are going to take it, okay, and we're going to line it up with the bottom. We don't want it to be lower than the bottom. You don't want it to be past this, but you don't need it way up either. I just try and line them up as best as I can. And then I'm going to press. Okay, so there's that one, okay? And then we'll do the exact same thing with this one. So we've got all the tape on, right? But now I need to put the glue on the flaps. And like that, just a smidgen. And then we're going to bring that together, press. You're just pressing, and we're pressing. If there's a lot of tension, sometimes things give away because there's too much tension pulling things apart, but these are pretty good. Okay, so going to pull, I think I pulled that off a little bit too far. It's not quite right, so I'm going to trim that off. If things don't fit quite right, you just do a little bit more mitering. That works. I'm going to miter that one too, because I think they're a little too snug, maybe. There. Okay, so that goes like that. And then this, pull that off and put it on the other side, and then we'll put the Designer Series paper on. It is coming together. And I take my bone folder and just press it on the sides and the bottom, making sure that the tape is all attached. There we go. And now we've got our DSP. Okay, so these were 2 3/4 by 4. You needed 2 of them. That's going on there and on the other side of your little pocket. Don't forget free shipping. That can save you a lot of money, guys. A lot of money. Free shipping ends tomorrow. Tomorrow night, probably I think midnight. Mountain time. Because they're in Utah. Stampin' Up! Is. They're a U.S. company. Most all their products are made in the U.S. So that is a wonderful thing. I think it's their punches that aren't made in the United States. They lost the manufacturer for the scissors in the U.S. So I know they're probably still trying to find another company that can do that. So there's that. And then these pieces just go on the sides of your little pockets. You don't have to do it. It's up to you. I've got the paper, so I'm doing it like this. So there, you got those. Doesn't that, I think that really adds a lot to this panel. I really like it. Okay, so now we've got just some little things to add on. Now I am going to, I could do this. This was 4.5 by 1, scored at 1/2 inch on each side. And I am going to use, what am I going to use? My tear and tape, I think. I'm just using this. That way, if you got another one, you could add it on, replace it easily without tearing anything up. And this you want to put up high enough. You don't want it down low on one of the pockets. So I'm just going to put this kind of centered on each side. And then this just slides right in there like that. See? Got your calendar. Okay, we got that. And now this piece was 3 by 6, score at 5 and 5 3/8, 5 and then 5 3/8. You only need a 3/8 width, to go on the notepad. It just gets glued like that. Okay, so I'm going to put some liquid glue on this. You could use tear and tape. And the paper gets right like that. And there's your notepad. Get that all like that. And then I have a piece, I did cut some silver off. And this punch, I'm not sure where I put it. Oh, here it is. This is To the Point. It's a current product. My friend Lisa Teagan gifted this to me. And I'm going to use that. And I'm using Just a Note from the Notes and Totes. The stamp set is $19. The bundle with fabulous dies, if you get the bundle, it's $52. But look at all these dies, y'all. It makes like a little bag. And this bag you can make is for gifts too. Awesome. Awesome little bundle. So I'll put that aside. But that's where I got Just a Note from. And I need to use my Misty Moonlight. Got stuff everywhere. We are almost done. Almost done. Just a Note. And we can add a little bit of blue. You could even punch out like in some of the glimmer paper and put that behind this. It would look really sharp. I am going to put this up on, I better clean this real quick. I'm going to put this on dimensionals. I don't want to get them all over the place because I do want to stick this greenery that's in the silver underneath this. Oh, and I die cut something else too. I forgot. Make sure I did it the right direction. Just a Note. And I die cut this piece out of, I'll show you in a second if I can get this all out. And I did some ink blending on this also. Get this off so that it wasn't just white, but I didn't, because I didn't want it on cardstock. I wanted some varied colors on that. That I got from the Thankful Garden, which this, if you get the bundle price, it comes with the dies. Wonderful dies. But it also comes with a stenciling set. So if you wanted the whole bundle, it's $64.75. But last chance, if you just want the stamp set, it's $16.80. If you just want the dies, it's $21. Those are the regular prices. So this is on last chance. But I like the die. I like this particular die. So I'm going to put some glue on this. Put this on here. Really making this notepad stand out, aren't I? I mean, you can go with just using one particular stamp set. I did want to have it kind of be Christmassy. But, yeah. Just a little bit here and there to hopefully hold it in place. Like that. So you've got your little notepad in here. Let's see. I know I had a little chocolate bar you could do in here. So there's your nice little gift thing. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold the phone. Wait. The card goes in here. Oh my goodness. Your card goes in here. We got to do that. Got to have your card in here. So your card could go right like that. Do I have room for this? Sure. Got room for all that. But isn't that cute? It could be like a little desk caddy too. It could have like hold some tools in it maybe. Jeez. I mean, we could just put all kinds of stuff in here, right? Such a great idea. I don't know where Kevin got it, but I really just love this little project. I got these on Etsy. Looked for little pocket calendars. These are 2x3. I think I bought these notepads in Amish country. I got a pack of them. But, you know, just get notepads that are smaller than your 4 1/4 width. And this is 5 1/2 high. So you want to get something that'll fit in there. So I hope you give this a go. And I thank you for watching. And if you buy, like I said, 75 in my online store, I will send you this project and Monday's project. You can either get them already finished or I'll send you the kits. So if you want to purchase from me, that's what you'll get this week. I'll give you these. Plus you'll get a crafty point for every 50 you spend. And when you collect 10 of those crafty points, you can pick out a free stamp set on me. So anyway, I hope y'all have a great rest of your Thursday, and I will be back Monday night at 7 o'clock live. Bye.